Okay. So we are back at it. If I remember correctly, it's been like a week. Well, why have I got AMD rating sends? I don't want AMD rating sends. Disappear. There we go. Do you have anything to say about yourself? Okay. Well, don't talk to me then. Right, okay, so yeah. That's right, we've got these bad boys over here. Who are going to be a problem. Right. I don't have any force powers to like buff.
Lord Malak.
Oh. Oh, no, not that one. This one. How? You were... Okay, that kind of works. I can't see what's going on. Zalbar seems to be fighting, I guess. Oh well, I guess I should go help him. Did they win? They won! There you go. I somehow... Oh, 2 seconds, hold on. Because if anyone tries to chat to me, it's not going to come up. Where has... There we go. Hopefully no one got too motion sick there. Right, okay. Well, I guess that's one way to win. Growl! Stop where you are, outsider. You entered the domain of Chundar. Stand aside, this human is with me. I want access to the home of my people. You have no rights here, Madclaw. The human should not have brought this taint upon the land. You must answer to Chundar. And I refuse to go and see. Oh, let's try the Zalbar. This is like the first chance we've gotten to like understand who Zalbar is. What does he mean, Zalbar? What taint? He means me. I am the taint that you have brought back on my... Shut up, Growl. You are nameless with dishonor, Madclaw. Yours is a foulness that disgusts me. Rah! Enough talk. You and the outcast must be taken to Chundar now. That's how Wookiees sound in my head. You cannot tell me otherwise. That is 100% how Wookiees sound. Oh, okay, right. Hold on, he's been kicked out of my party. You were a creep. I feel like Mission should be here, because I feel like she deserves to understand Zalbar. Let's just bring Juhani, I guess. That's like a big Thanos sword. Step forward and address me, the mighty wise Chundar, outsider. I do not often allow visitors of your kind. What about that guy right there? There's a guy right there. He's... You are... Oh, okay. I'm glad someone brought it up. Are they not outsiders? Have you sold all of Kashuk to them? Ah, Brother Zalbar, you've been exiled a long time. You shouldn't speak in that tone. Things are different now. You are a mad claw without honour. You have no voice among our people. I, on the other hand, am chieftain. A nice nest of lies. I'll go with you have made deals with slavers. The truth will get out eventually. You may talk, but no one will believe you. I am a long-time guide. They trust me, the mighty Chundar. What a terrible name. Even with my brother, insane, Fowler enslaved, I rose to protect the people despite it all. Fowler was enslaved? Mighty Chundar? What are you talking about? You were the runt. I am no runt. Like I said, Zalbar, a lot has changed in your years away. We will discuss this soon enough. I like how we're like, oh, we're in so much pain. My drag is here. I haven't killed Zalbar because he's my brother. I hope he and I can come to an agreement. You are irrelevant. I'm able to put you to a menial task. Zalbar will have to stay here, of course. I would not abandon Zalbar to you. It isn't your choice, Sandra. I'm like, oh, that's my name. I already have him. I have a personal matter to discuss with him. You have other duties. Other rookies have suffered the same fate as Zalbar, gone mad and been exiled. He now lurks in the Shadowlands. He's pestering circuit allies. The first of many, perhaps. No one will follow a mad claw. He is merely a nuisance. Besides, he cowers in the Shadowlands. Many people know nothing of him. This mad claw stands against you, more will come. Okay, right. Well, I consider what you said, and I'm going to stay here to ensure your loyalty. Yada yada yada. I need Zalbar with me as a guide. Over the years, I have my people understand galactic basic. I'll tell them to better understand the enemy. They think it will make the Churka easier to fight. Actually, makes them easier to obey. Remember, you can beat me. Blah 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 blah. You are wrong, brother. Someone would. Did you speak of Freyr, our father? Blah blah blah. He went mad. Discovered the slavers. He dared challenge them alone. That was years ago. Let him go, Zalbar. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Don't listen, Zalbar. It's not worth it.
Don't worry, buddy. We'll get you out of here. You can count on us.
I mean, I feel like these other Wookiee would instantly be like, hey, wait a minute. But I guess no one's bright enough to do that.
Yes?
Let's have a look around. Ah, worker bin. These will come in handy. These Wookiees seem really slender. I guess they're malnourished, maybe? If you come to laugh at us, come to gloat at how many you take. I am not here as a slaver. Can I ask some questions? Please don't, I haven't paid attention to anything since Raoul went missing. Anyway, Hoover's Roar, the great alien hunting parties into the Shadowlands. Stop boiling the boy, outsider. An outsider? Help. Goodbye, I guess. Okay then, Jarak.
It isn't an easy language to learn, what with all the growls and howls. Big Z told me the whole point was to make it difficult for outsiders to understand.
I'm here with Chindar's permission. Alright, fine, bye. I'll have a look for your friend. After I steal from you, that is. Be rude to me, will you? Meh. I'm a smuggler. The holder of the laws. War Oznor. Hello, said I heard of your arrival. I trust you won't cause any trouble in the village. We don't want bloodshed. When did Rower go missing? To retain his reward, he was planning a hunt. He's now overdue. Why do you think it's strange? I don't believe he was taken by slavers. The slave transports haven't been seen around here. If it wasn't slavers, perhaps he fell in the Shadowlands? He knew them well. I would search for him, but I don't know where to start. My days of hunting in the lower forest are behind me. Would there be a reward for finding him? He'd be determined. Wicked justice rewards honour and honesty. You outsiders are a little lacking. I could look for him. Good, I never offered help from him. If I never had an offer of help from an outsider, I reserve my judgment until I see results. Okay, well, I mean, if I find him, I'd want a reward. Like, it's a job. Hire me. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll go back and see him later. Did I already steal from this one? I did. Please despawn it when I steal from it, please. Right, well, I guess, like, there was that fork in the road earlier, right? And then I went one way that had those Sith guys, and there was a Wookiee at the other one, so I was like, I'm not going to go that way, that could be the way to go. But maybe that's the way into the Shadowlands. So I guess we'll go that way. Don't spin around.
Now that must be.
While we're here, do you have anything to say to me?
How may I be of... What is it? I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you. I am not used to such unbiased acceptance from one who is nearly a stranger to me. We KOTOR do not make friends easily, or for long. Even on Dantooine I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but separate.
Hmm. That must have been difficult for you.
Yes, it was. I find it difficult to speak of those things. I do not want to live that way ever again. And here, it seems different. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed. You seem to be very decisive when it is required of you. It is reassuring to know that I can count on someone like you.
Well, these are such... We are all in this together.
Yes, and that is my point. I find it difficult to explain. It is so different from what I am used to. Just thank you for accepting me.
Oh, no problem, girl. Nah. I was gonna say, I got some of those dark ones, but are they just the same sort of defense? Aye. No need for them. And she's living her best life, so she's fine. I wish I could get, like, better guns. Like, these guns don't do a lot of damage. Hello, friend.
Now that must have never get me.
They gave, like, no experience whatsoever.
Now that must have worked.
Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies. Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is Bantha Poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Zerka Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again. I just hope he's not in any kind of trouble when we do.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Lena was all like, yeah, he ditched me too. I guess we'll go to Tatooine after we finish up here.
Yes? Hmm?
Take that!
Ugh. Now that must have
Easy peasy.
Take that!
Now that
Before the Jedi can. Before the Jedi can.
What do you want, outsider? I won't let you false on our hunt. Choral is not here for your amusement. Such weird names. Do not test me, Wookiee. I go where I wish. I don't mean you any harm. Feh. I believe that when our planet is free of you, your kind is only here to take or destroy. I won't be your trophy, dead or as a slave. Leave me, you have no place here. Just a few questions. I'm a friend. Only a moment, outsider. I won't be patient for long. you know about the crazed Wookiee in the Shadowlands? Even below, he is respected because he has braved the lands alone. Sometimes he helps lone travellers. He is crazy though. Our finest warriors hunt in the Shadowlands in groups, yet he lives there alone. Avoid him, madness to be feared. What do you think of Chundar? He's our chieftain, he will be obeyed, that is our way. But in time someone will replace him for better or worse, I don't know. I mean, it's clearly their god.
Why do you not do something about this tyranny then?
Back, Chundar has bartered to reduce the slaves taking the deserted diet.
Big Z
because
once
again,
told me he had seen paradise destroyed by the greed of outsiders. I never understood what he meant until now.
oh, a steel container, well, a plasteel. I guess it's like plastic steel. A Gorbuken. Chundar has commanded that I grant you access to Shadowlands. I have a few questions. Has anyone else been allowed down recently? I feel like you in the Shadowlands given permission by Chundar. I don't know why only Wiki should be allowed. Tell me of the Wiki so I may show proper respect. You asked very respectfully. Outsiders never do that. I suppose I can mention some. Latest words: roar, war, roar, war. Returned many days since you died below. Okay, new boys to examine the Shadowland claims them. I'm sure. What outsiders are below? Why am I so rude? Like, just unlock the thing and lower me down. Like, that's... You think of the corporation, they make sure they're strong. So, we are all stronger, but I do not like them. Tell you what, any wikis have recently gone this way. That's just the same thing. Okay, so we're descending on a lift. We've got a bit of a wipe. We're all shapeless blobs. Because can't. Why would you make cutscenes for every characters? So, lift's gone down. We're now in Shadowlands. I think it's a bit rude that like I can't bring Zalbar with me throughout all this. Where are these weird things? What is this place?
What is it?
What's that noise? It's awful. Oh, apparently I'm like really light side by accident. Oops. Demolition, security. I mean, my persuade's pretty high, and I give myself force persuade. That was probably a waste. I guess drain life would be a good one to have. I'm not sure what the best abilities to really get are. Like force resistance, power offers protection. Attacking Jedi makes an opposed roll using D20 plus his level versus DC of 10 plus the defending character's level. If the attacker's result is greater, attack succeeds. If the defender's is greater, attack has no effect. Force resistance lasts for. Okay, I mean, I guess that could be useful. I guess I'll take drain life then, just because I feel like that could have its uses. Well, actually, no, I'm still sort of pretty light side in it. I'm not quite sure about this one. Force aura, what does this one do? That adds my defense. That sounds like it's probably a good one to have. What was my 613, 512. And that's got 49 and 6. I mean, it sounds like a Mandalorian heavy pistol is probably the better option to have. Actually, saying that, that's probably a much better option to have. Is that 211? I mean, as nice as Zalbar's bowcaster is, apparently that's better.
What?
That man's a Jedi.
The damnable racket of battle. Watch yourself. Even more of these crawling beasts are hiding in the underbrush.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm Jolie. Jolie Bindon. Follow me to my camp and we'll talk a bit.
Use a lightsaber in battle. Are you a Jedi?
Don't start fawning just yet. I'm too old for it. I know a few things. We can talk about it at my camp. Keep close. It's nearby under a log. Yeah, I live like some burrowing rodent. I fought the Sith. Now look at me.
I mean, no one's judging me. It's fine.
Yes. What did... I have been bothered by something of late.
Oh, this is awful with this racket around me. What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? where I grew up as a child. I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling. I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
You mean...
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastila. Taris, my homeworld.
I mean, her homeworld did not sound like Taris at all. I'm sorry, Juhani. I did not know.
If it were not for you and Bastila, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastila. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood. Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this
It's like
inside
no one in this group
all
not
my
related to
childhood
Taris somehow.
and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
I'm sorry, Juhani.
I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
It'll be alright, Juhani.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial
Girl, don't
experiences.
put yourself down like that.
We should stop for now.
Oh my god, these animals are just the worst. Please tell me I can kill them all. Well, that looks more like a hut there, so... Jolene?
Well, welcome to my home, such as it is. Pull up a stump and be comfortable. We should discuss a few things.
Yes, I feel there's much you can tell. Oh my
No,
god, this
come
noise.
to me, child. I'm neither a Jedi nor your master. I'm just an old man that's been lost in the woods for far too long. My days of glory are behind me, but perhaps there is something I can do for you. You must have questions.
Give you any knowledge of star maps?
Now, why would you be asking about that? Don't answer. I knew that had to be why you were here. The problems of a few Wookiees don't amount to anything before the concerns of the Jedi. No, you are here for the map.
Get to the point, old man.
Kashyyyk is an interesting place, more so than anyone suspects. If Circa Corporation knew, the planet would be a strip mine. The Wookiees have their legends that they were not always here. But it is more than that. The trees themselves are strangers.
Can you be more specific?
What I'm saying is that there are literally walls in your way. And you won't find what you need without my help. And my help has a price. You must do a task for me, and then allow me to join with you. I will then remove certain barriers in your path.
What do you want me to do?
Since they began expanding in the Shadowlands, the Circa have left me alone for the most part. Until recently, anyway. A group of them set up camp not far from here. Poachers is all they are. I'd like them removed from this place.
Why not just get rid of them yourself?
Don't talk back to your elders, child. Look, they know me quite well, and are always on alert when I approach. The only way I could get rid of them would be violence, which would eventually lead to trouble for the Wookiees. I want them gone, but with as little fuss as possible. They've already caused enough trouble as it is.
Why would you want to join up with me?
You presumably have a ship. I've seen all I wish to here. Isn't that enough? I mean, I'm sick of the trees. And perhaps your destiny might show me something new. You never know.
How many men?
They are not that far northeast of here. There's usually 5 in the area as far as I can see. The captain of the lot is the one that earned my ire. Mishandled my garden, Willie.
Wow, amazing.
Good. Return to me.
How close are...
Your wish?
I'm here.
Malfunction. My primary motivators are incomplete. Error. Damage terminal. Playback causal malfunction. Playback.
I don't get it. That merchant said there was salvage down here. We need Matin to work the sensors.
Playback.
When he gets back, we'll... Wait, I'm getting something. Oh good, it's Eli. Maybe he'll point us in the right direction.
Playback.
Eli, what are you... You got your money, you double-crossing snake! We had a deal!
What happened to you?
Playback.
I don't get it. That merchant said there was...
Playback. Playback.
Eli, what are you...
Shutting down.
Well, I think he said northeast, which would be this way, right?
Oh! Take that!
Now that must have
Take that!
Or not? God, this place is awful. It's giving me a headache. Why does it exist?
For the order!
Okay, a few more of those things, you know. I would say a few more of those things and they'll evolve. A few more of those things and they'll level up.
That is what a Jedi can do. That is what a Jedi can do. That is what a Jedi can do.
You'll never get me!
Now that must have
Well, I guess that's the corpses that belong to that droid. Oh, maybe it's like all the way up there. rubble here, apparently. Oh, a grenade. Always useful. The missing rower. Deep had revealed that he dealt with slavers to the body as well as a bowcaster bolt casing behind in the back who belongs to whoever killed him. I wonder what we could do with the Gizka.
Now that must have been.
Try and use mines on me, will you?
Yes?
What?
Who are you, another civil merchant like that KOTOR slime up on the docking ring? This is my territory. I don't make deals, and I don't persuade easily, so go back topside. Mess with my profits, and I'll see you dead.
Rude. Chundar gave me permission to be
He's
here.
got no authority with me. I'm with Zerka Corporation. He's just some pet we keep so the locals stay in line. As long as you don't get in my way, you can wander where you want. I've got a job to do.
Alright, what if I want you to leave the Shadowlands?
Is that old hermit Jolie trying to talk you into doing his dirty work? We've spent too much on setting up just to walk away. As long as the sonic emitters keep the Preds away and I've got bodies to guard the perimeter, we're staying right here. I mean, if I can put up with my own worthless guards complaining about this place, Jolie whining through you is nothing.
You're just a slaver, nothing special.
I don't need this kind of garbage from you. Watch your mouth. I am the only law there is down here. If you've got something to...
I'm just interested in some work.
I could use an extra hand. A couple men have gone missing. If I lose many more, I'll have to close up shop. We are hunting the little simians, the tack. They have a gland that acts as a stimulant when powdered. I figure I've got 2 or 3 wealthy years to butcher the lot of them. You want in before I make them extinct?
Don't you care you'll wipe out a whole species?
No. I'll be rich by then, and we won't need to do it anymore. I don't have to worry about it. Besides, if there's no more tack, the predators that eat them will die off, and we'll have an easier time milking this planet.
I'm leaving.
Good. I'm not...
Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, I didn't see what all that was. Never mind.
On it. Done.
That's still much better. What is the point in all these armors, right? That armor that I got...
On it. Done.
Like super early on, it's still like the best one. Mission system, temporary sonic field emission network system functioning as normal. Access primary function. Primary functions accessed. Sonic mission operation. Enter individual access code.
You want anything, you'll have to talk.
Why are you here?
Why am I here? I'm here because I'm just a guard for this emitter. Why couldn't they have just equipped this lump of tech with a blaster and left me at home? I'm not here because I know stuff. I handle a blaster well enough to guard this emitter, and that's it.
What do the emitters do?
They generate a sonic barrier that allows us to stay in this wonderful location. It keeps the big predators away. I don't know how it works, really. I just know that if they go down, the camp would be overrun.
So only the emitters are
What
keeping
of
you
it?
here? So, if someone shut them down, you can leave.
I don't like being here, that's for sure. I suppose you could take this code and shut down the emitter I'm guarding. Enough of those emitters go down, and the camp will have to move out. But I never said anything. You want anything, you'll... Why am I here? I'm just a guard for this emitter.
Can't believe they all say the exact same thing.
What do you want to... I don't like... Enough...
What? Run! Run!
Okay, bye. What else is over here? A lot of these attack creatures. Oh, that must be the barrier thing you mentioned.
Yes?
Okay, let's level you up. Right, let's see. Yeah, I might as well just give you that one. You've got a lot of feats actually to get at some point. But I'll increase your damage that you can do. And we will increase your healing.
Your wish?
if that's the force field down there, I wonder what's the rest of the way.
Welcome back. I wonder.
I've made certain the poachers are gone.
Yes, I could feel it as you walked near. And I don't sense the smell of death on you. You spared them. Interesting.
There was nothing to be gained by killing them.
Wasn't there? I suppose not, but the environment would say otherwise if it could talk. No matter.
You mentioned eliminating barriers.
I know where you want to go. I can get you through to the old paths. This forest hides some strange things. There's also a Zerka repulsor field blocking the way, past the poacher camp in the east. I saw it when it was installed, so I know how to pass it. And on the other side, ancient answers. And perhaps a Wookiee you were seeking. I hope he's in the mood for visitors.
I'll keep mission moving in there for this one.
And you need...
Okay. He's a consular, and what's his stats here? Dexterity, Wisdom? Yes, he's got high Wisdom. High Charisma. He's got a lot of force points, so I guess he's more of like a force user. I'll just give him repair. It's different. Okay, so he's got like stun droid and like stun person and stuff. Does that like do anything other than... Oh, it also adds defense. Interesting. Let's see, fortunately feats and powers are important to all Jedi classes. Oh, and he's a big one-hand user as well by the looks of it. Sure, I'll give him that one, I guess. But actually, you know what? You can never say no to more health. I'll gain Valor from him. Let's see, sure, we'll give you that one. That was guess heal. Be a good one to have. I mean, yeah, he's got like a whole ton of force points, so. He's like a mage, I guess. Okay, so I guess we just head back up to that force field then. I wish I could just like click at it and be like, take me straight there. But no, we just have to walk back the long way. Let's walk back the long way. This is all regrets.
There, you see? Beautifully subtle, isn't it? At least compared to the other Zerga equipment dumped down here. It's only been here a short while, or the Wookiees would have disabled it. They wouldn't have had an easy time of it, though.
My place to think.
There are others, each blocking similar points on certain paths. It is all very calculated, very precise. It would have been effective if it hadn't relied on the creatures to be walking. Climbers don't have much trouble getting around it.
I trust you can get past
I
it.
can manipulate it for a moment. Let me see. How did the Zerga engineers do it? There we go. Now, keep moving. These are the most dangerous depths of Kashyyyk. A few surprises wait for us, I'll wager.
Oh, this is not what I expected at all. You know, you guys can help at any time now.
Nice. Let's see what you got.
Ah, it's wow. Good, back up outside every different from the slavers. I beg you, can you heal my wounds? Why should I help you? I have the means to heal you. killed without honor. I barely survived. Never seen their kind before, not even among the Zerka who stolen armored hated tool, yet blending with the forest. We fought like outsiders, waiting until we were unarmed. Oh, I'll look into it. Like, I wasn't intending this to be like a light side playthrough, but there's no need to be that mean. Unless like I'm doing a specific like Sith playthrough, I don't see the point in being like a murder man.
Take that! Yes?
What's your...
Now that must
Got something on your mind?
Pew pew!
No, I know plenty about Kashyyyk. Chances are, by the time I finish telling you about it all, you would have found out for yourself. It should be enough for me to tell you that there's kilometer after kilometer of trees on this planet. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. And that's about... Oh.
Jolie, throw your lightsaber at someone, please.
You'll never get me.
Why am I getting their bodies? That's what we were trying to find.
You'll pay.
Well, there must be someone amongst them. Suspicious. Mine? Strange place for a mine. Stranger place still for a thing like that.
Life forms detected. Determining parameters. Initiating neural recognition.
Yes, there's the thing. Obstinate machine. I've no doubt it holds what you seek, but good luck getting it operational.
Primary neural recognition complete. Preliminary match found.
Match found? What the... It always muttered something about rejected patterns for me.
Begin socialized interface. Awaiting instruction. Greetings. This terminal has not been accessed for quite some time.
Why have you acknowledged me?
Error. Subject displays unfamiliarity to environment. Behavioral reconfiguration will be needed before access. I am sorry. I did not mean to confuse you. I will answer questions to the best of my programming limitations.
What do you mean by behavioral
I have been
reconfiguration?
programmed with a very limited field of knowledge, and I must restrict access to only those that fit my allowed pattern.
I don't fit that pattern.
I can't say. I will try to bring forward the behavior that you need to proceed, as outlined by my programming.
What have I been allowed
I
access to?
can't say. Preliminary matching allows for you to be coached. I can't say. Likelihood of restriction by previous user, 100%.
Seek information about a star map.
Accessing. Yes, I have found a star map in original system memory. Access is restricted.
So that
Error.
is old.
Data regarding author of the star map is corrupted.
Oh, you're useless.
Your request requires additional security access. You must be made to match the parameters I have been supplied. There are measures available. Personality profiling will verify the basic structure of your conscious mind. With that, I will determine whether you are ready to receive the star map or can be made ready.
What do you mean by that?
Information unavailable. If you have further questions, ask them now. I utilize a retro-adapted holocron interface. Clarify your questions, and I will attempt to access original system memory.
Who built this?
Error. Corruption. Extrapolating. This utility was built to monitor planet-wide agricultural reformation. It has since malfunctioned. It can be theorized that the supergrowth of Kashyk's forests is a direct result.
Well, that is surprising. I doubt any Wookiee would support such a claim. The forest is millennia old.
Malfunction occurred 241 years after last builder communication. Last builder communication, 29,642 years before current Republic standard.
So,
Error. Information regarding the builders of this installation. No evidence of such a civilization exists in the galactic record. Agricultural record indicates this planet was incapable of sustaining sufficient levels of production. Error. Specific conditions corrupted. It can be theorized that produce was being exported to support a larger demand. Error. Records corrupted. It can be theorized that bioseeding allowed the ecology to remain balanced. It could be expected that the same energy feeding the trees of Kashyk also accelerated the evolution of various species. No further information is... Answer will... I have been programmed with a very corrupted... Error. I cannot present a non-presence. Perhaps you can ask other questions. And data corruption... Accessing... Your... Then you are not worthy of further access. Information unavailable. Evaluation commencing. Result will be compared against the pattern in memory. Just act like you should. You travel with a Wookiee. and have encountered complications. Hypothetical. You and this Zalbar are captured and separated. If you both remain silent, 1 year in prison for each of you. However, call Zalbar a traitor, and he will serve 5 years, while you serve none. He is offered the same deal. But if you both accuse the other, you both serve 2 years. What do you do? What do you trust him to do?
How do you know Zalbar's name?
I hear what happens on Kashyyyk, and a good deal beyond. Answer the question I have posed.
Can I confer with someone
This
else?
test is not for your companions.
I trust Zalbar.
Are you sure? If you turn, you risk 2 years, or none at all. If you reply on loyalty, you risk 1 year, or 5. Your loyalty is dangerous. Your companion could take the opportunity to benefit by turning on you. Zalbar's family is mired in treachery. What loyalty do they know? Your answer is incorrect.
I thought this was an evaluation, not a
I
quiz.
must match your behavior to the pattern. I must demand honest acceptance of the proper behavior.
Continue your
The
evaluation.
previous incorrect response will be discounted. Future incorrect responses will result in rejection. Hypothetical. You are at war. Deciphering an intercepted code, you learn 2 things about your enemy. A single spot in their defense will be at its weakest in 10 days, and they will attack one of your cities in 5 days. What do you do with this information? What is the most efficient course of action?
Prepare my forces.
Very good. If you had moved to evacuate the city, you would have alerted the enemy to their lost codes.
I can't believe you just let all those people die.
Ultimate victory required the deaths of the people in that city. You wisely ignored sentiment in your decision.
Directive 11. Stopping the war saved many more people.
You achieved the proper result with logic that does not match the pattern in memory. I shall adjust my evaluation. Hypothetical. Remove the ongoing war from the previous example. Consider enemy states to be weak and remote. With no external threat, your empire stagnates. Your people become complacent and begin to question you. Same scenario as before. You discover an impending attack, but also a weakness that will come after. How do you react?
I stop the attack. I will appear to be a hero.
But if nothing happens, your people will have no need of heroes. No, they do not see a threat. You have coddled them. Your empire will be brought down by introspection. Access denied.
Look, they all die. Oh my god, they all died. Okay. Well, those robots were mean. But yeah, okay, so I guess just to access that, I just need to be as evil as possible. I mean, I can pretend to be evil, right? That's fine. Let's go evil.
life form.
Yeah.
Prime. B. I. Air. With. Even you travel with a. If you. He is.
I'm unsure of what Zalbar would say.
Come on, you know you could trust Big Z. He'd never turn on you.
Mission, this is
The
not the time.
temperament of a companion is unreliable at best. You wisely trade the threat of 1 year or 5 for none or 2.
This machine certainly seems to want a very specific type of response.
In this instance, the Wookiee is unreliable. You display the proper behavior to...
Why pit me against my companions?
They are already against you. Anything that corrupts your strength and efficiency is against you. I merely serve to illustrate the proper patterns. Hypothetical. What do...
I prepare my forces.
Very good.
I can't believe...
Ultimate vic... Very good reasoning. I will apply it to the rest of the evaluation. Hypothetical. Removed with no... Same... No. You cannot hide. There is no war to end. You must choose the outcome.
I let the attack
Of
happen.
course you do. It makes the most strategic sense. Your people will rally beneath you against the common foe. As their eyes turn outward, your rule will strengthen. You have matched the pattern in memory. I recognize you and will fulfill my designated function. That information is... This activate...
Oops, I don't know why I picked it, but oh well, I got the star map at least.
Well, well, a star map.
Whee!
An ancient artifact of dark side power. Can't say I'm surprised. I always knew there was something funny down here. I wonder if the star map has had an effect on the evolution of the creatures here in the Shadowlands. It might explain why it's so dangerous down here. An interesting theory, but I suppose we don't have time to test it now, do we? Now that we've got what you came for, we should be heading back up to the treetops.
No, before we do that, heal me up. Come on. No, that's not heal Jolene.
I'm here.
This game has a surprising lack of boss battles, right? I mean, I guess I'm potentially going to fight Chundar, but I got that star map. There wasn't anything to it. Like the star map in Tatooine, there's a big dragon. Didn't have to fight the big dragon. I don't know, it's been interesting. Like, it's been a while since I've played this, so I've forgotten a lot of it. I feel like that would have been the prime location. A ritual marker. Yeah, like this thing. This feels like a boss battle, I guess.
Now that must have worked.
Take that!
Never too old for this!
immune.
Now that must have hurt. Now that must have hurt.
Okay, well, I seem to appear to have gotten back a sword blade. It's a chieftain rough war. Okay, well, perhaps that's going to be something for later. Because there was, I'm sure I saw the shadow of a wiki floating around, so. And also, there's supposedly there's Mandalorians around the place. Or was that just the wiki that I saw?
Now that
I still got it.
I'll show you.
now that must have hurt.
More of you sucker core rats. Have you heard to get
She's
you?
almost feral after all this time. Calm yourself, Freya. We are friends. Don't you remember me?
Years in the Shadowlands, I remember only the outsiders not to be trusted. I'll see you dead.
This may prove difficult. Deadly toxins.
Now that
Whee!
now that must have
I'm not here to kill you. Do you know of Zalbar and Chundar?
Hold on a second. Zalbar and Chundar are brothers? And you're their father? Wait a minute. Does that mean Big Z is some kind of prince or something?
Why did you speak the names of my sons? I came to Kashyyyk with Zalbar. He's coming because of a lift it. I'm not a slaver. Don't be so rude.
Exiled? Big Z never told me that. Of course,
Literally
he
talked
never
about
said
it
he was
earlier
loyal to
today
you.
mission. Keep up. I did not believe Zalbar's claims. I believed the elder boy, as tradition dictated. The shame of Zalbar's attack blinded me. What exactly happened with Zalbar? Zalbar saw it first. He learned that Chundar was dealing with Zerka, leading them to our hunting parties. Chundar would blame disappearances and the dangers of the Shadowland. Zalbar was crazed when he found out. He attacked Chundar with his claws. I thought he'd gone mad. Shit his honor. I was banned by the old ways. So Zalbar was exiled. When did he learn the truth? A year later, by then, Chundar had spread his lies of my own madness. I had no allies, but I couldn't repeat them. He and his circle guards attacked me. I had retreated to the deepest Shadowlands. But even there, they
That's
followed.
when I first saw him. I helped his pursuers lose it for a moment. Do you remember me now, Freya?
Well, what happens now? got the sword. Actually, I already found it. I wasn't sure what it was. We should proceed carefully. Whee! Oh, repair takes 2 points from me. HK, you're not worth it. I'll use HK more on my next playthrough. Okay, well, there's still this whole thing to do with the Mandalorians, right? Maybe? There must be something to do with these split bikes. Mandalorians. 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 Nope. Mandalorians. Well, I mean, if I can't find them, then I'll just leave, I guess. Mr. Mandalorian. Nope. Okay, I'm really curious, because there's clearly a thing to find here. Okay, IGN is not a good place to go. That is too much. Okay, so apparently I just need to be disarmed. I don't know if it'll need to be disarmed. I saw like conflicting things on that, so let's just take off everyone's weapons anyway. Hello, boys. Oh, I should probably check like the rest of the stuff that he could have.
You'll never get me.
Now that must be good.
Take that!
Oh, there we go. Easy peasy. A Mandalorian Ripper. Okay, so there's more of them.
And
Hmm?
I mean, these aren't very Mandalorian of them. I guess we just keep running around looking for them.
Yes?
Oh! Never get me!
Oh, you people are useless.
You'll never get me!
Boo. I wonder if it's just my weapon. Look like there's equipped. Yeah, let's. Now that we know where some of them are,
What?
let's try that. Yeah, okay, so just the main character.
Huh? Oh, take that!
Okay, so we got the thing for their speeder there, so that should be the end of that, right? Oh, hello.
You have interrupted our hunt, interloper. The inhabitants of this world could do little against us.
Huh?
What?
You'll never get me. Oh,
Now that must have hurt.
take me back.
Now that must have hurt.
It's all about the positioning. Shoot them in the back. Do that extra damage. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so injured. Middle hunters are dead. I killed them all. I would have killed them anyway. Grrwar. What a dumb name. That's quite the jump. I mean, what level am I at? 14. 10,000 experience. I mean, I guess some of these things were giving like 500 points each, so I guess it's not that big of a... Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The will of Chundar and I will face his wrath. I mean, I'm surprised Wookiees have spies. Oh, I was hoping I'd get like a big Wookiee sword.
Yes?
I'm here.
Okay, so now it's like that same cutscene but in reverse. So now we're going up. very slowly, as shapeless blobs. It seems you're more than I thought. Freya has come back and told me what you did for him. My fellow hunters split on what should be done. Some were loyal to Chundar alone. We had to fight. Freya went to the front and challenged Chundar. I will take you to him now. Lead on. We should hurry. Yes, much let be decided. Only one can lead. Must lead. Come. Whee! Oh, fast travel. Oh, that's just great. Everyone is here now. It's a reunion. You have Bacchus blades, so what? I have the hilt. Held by each true chieftain in recent memory. Even you. I think that was all important. We both have our ancient trinkets. So who will people follow now? You are old and weak. I will not see Ro suffer anymore. You tell him, Zalbar. Chundar has been telling me things. He makes sense, I think. I don't know. Do you have to think? Convince them, avoid this needless slaughter.
All right, way to go, Big Z!
Well. You just back off. You've done it. I am sad that it has come to this. Don't let it continue. Sabah, my son, I am truly sorry. You have suffered a great shame. I was blind. I have no excuse. I can forgive, father. I have learned a lot over the years. Well, I want my reward. Is it cheating and return to the old ways? Salma, shut up, I want some credits. I keep getting light side points by accident. I'm trying to be neutral, but Chundar's bowcaster. No, I want Chundar's sword. Bless me. Right, let's level him up. He's all strength, baby. Doesn't need any of these other ones, so I'll give him 2 weapon fighting. Where's he off to? I'm trying to have a look at your weapon. I mean, I guess it looks kind of ancient-ish. Sure. Let's go with that. Oh, I missed the other guy's house. Oh well, I'll come here. This boat castle. Ah, law and order, Wookiee intent. Jarak, you know you've been summoned here. I told you the law, I should explain. I won't answer, I can't. Snorb. Must Werwell be here? Werwell has a band to row where he's the closest family can be found. Jarak, won't you say anything in your own defense? Yeah, hold on, no, who's broken? If that's what you want. I mean, like, it's what he wanted, so I'm not gonna talk him out of it. This is a reward for my service. Oh yeah, getting them dark side points for fulfilling a man's dying wish. That's me. Let's go. Dark side. I mean, I'm still classed as heroic, I guess.
What?
Who fell behind?
What?
Come on, Zalbar, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. There we go. Why did you request to take back a sword? I'm sorry we can't stay here longer. You know, once everyone here has been like, there's a corpse there. Did I examine this corpse? I don't remember examining a corpse. Evidently, I did. Yeah, so once you kill the enemies, like, these areas are just a whole big blood, nothing. Oh, well, of course I would have examined it. It's like right there. Backpack. What a weird thing to find. I wonder what items I lost. Road. Oh, it must be this to do with like the droid in that mission. Oh well, never mind. He just took a blast right to the chest. He's okay. Oh, if I'm getting experience, I didn't even kill these guys to get experience. Well, that's good. We ended that. We've still got all these losers hanging around.
Yeah, what do you want?
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
Could have went against the whole
But it
galaxy.
was close. So close. It looked like the entire galaxy was within our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
What happened in that
It was
battle?
not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Why didn't you retreat?
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know? Hey, don't... A real warrior know... There anything else? The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
Must not be many of you
There
left.
weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
And you found work as a mercenary.
Yeah, I found word on Taris. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in
They were
battle,
trash.
no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
I am honored.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something? Hey, there ain't... You're...
Yes. I was remembering Taris.
I am sorry,
No,
Juhani.
it's all right. I think I'm over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
How did you
My
survive?
family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
How could such a government last?
It did not. But only because of the Jedi who came. It was very bad. with no money to spare for any amenities. Even the Enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human. The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order, the one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians, she was human. I suppose I see something of her in you when I look. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point, if there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris, but then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today. Another story for another time.
Let's see that other time this time.
What is it you would... How may I be... I do not know.
How can I help?
Yes,
I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well.
She's obsessed with this bond.
I'll tell you a bit about myself. I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
So the Jedi separates children from their families?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
You and your father were
Very
close.
I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
You never tried to get in touch with your
father? The child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
But if a Jedi were to love, surely it wouldn't be all bad.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would... How can I help? Then
Yes, what's on your mind? I already told you, he betrayed us all.
Seems more personal
there
than that.
is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I do, that's
it's just I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time. Of course not, how could you?
I guess.
I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. A little bit like you in that respect. Never talked her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. Now, I had planned on leaving soon, to join her.
So what happened to your
His
son?
name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, that's the story, for what it's worth. I've, never talked about it before to anyone. Suppose it's time I finally did.
And Basila's just there like, okay.
Yes, what's it? You get...
I suppose I should see if Big Jolene has anything he wants to say to me. Wherever he's hiding it. Engine room for some reason? What weirdo. So that is 423. Does that one give? No idea. Let's see, attack +1, damage +1. I'm not sure he's got that equipped, but fair enough. What if I remove all them? Okay, so missions, Blade, and that are like pretty much the same weapon. Yeah, I assumed. Yeah, he's probably got missions. Blade equipped. Where's Jolie? there is there. Wait, who are you? Oh, Gizka. I thought it was like a person.
Got something on your mind? I have no idea what you're talking about, Rambo. What are you saying? Got something
Rude.
on your mind? Well, I suppose I could whip up something, you know, a few herbs and such. Well, not to say that you go leaping into the path of... Got something. Oh.
Okay, well, where is... We'll head back to Tatooine.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
Not Bandon. Hi, it's me, Bandon, the man with the... Oh, like, get out of my shot, you loser.
Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Well, anyway, that's us on Tatooine.
Yes, what's...
Do you know about Revan and Malak?
To think that I once looked up to these two as the best that humanity had to offer. Now I'd like nothing more than to put a blaster to both their heads. Although I suppose that only Malak is left, isn't he? Turned on his own master. Not that Revan didn't have it coming. Typical for their kind, I guess.
You knew them personally?
No, not personally. They aided the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars. They were heroes. Without them, the Mandalorians would have finished us for certain. In the fleet, we didn't see much of the Jedi. And I only met Malak once, but I was impressed by him. I guess that just shows how much the dark side can change someone.
Do you know why you turned
No,
to
he
the dark
does.
side?
When they left, after the Mandalorian Wars ended, they were Jedi. When they returned, they were something else. Well, when they returned from wherever they went, they had an entire fleet with them. Nobody knows where they got the ships. They had a lot of them. And as the years have passed, there always seems to be more and more, while our forces dwindle. Did they really get away with it, though? Revan was betrayed by Malak, and Malak hasn't won. In the end, the dark side won't help him.
Do you know the dark side?
I used to think that it was a fancy name for something that I see every day. Corruption is everywhere. People are greedy and stupid and do horrible things. I'm starting to think it's different for the Jedi, however. That there's this evil watching them, waiting for its chance. You have so much courage and strength in you, yet somehow I have no trouble imagining it differently, like the flip side of a coin. It's not just you, it's Bastila as well. She's so intense. And I don't pretend to know much about the Force, but I know evil.
And you think Bastila and I are evil?
No, of course not. All I'm saying is that when you have so much power, the stakes are higher. I can only imagine the kind of conflict that goes on inside you. Well, neither you nor Bastila are fully trained on how to handle your power. I'm just concerned at what might come.
I can handle myself, Carf.
Bastila says the same thing. You're both incredible women. I'm just not sure this is the kind of thing that you can defeat. I suppose finding the star maps is more important than your training and your safety. I just hope there isn't a price for you to pay. Yes, what's it?
You seem far away. Is something wrong?
It's nothing. Sorry.
Doesn't seem like
I
nothing.
told you my wife died 4 years ago. I've just been trying to remember what she looked like. It shouldn't be so difficult. I can remember things about her, things she did, the way she smiled, what her hair smelled like. Our last fight, just not her face. I try and hold it in my head, but it's gone. I know, is that strange? Maybe I shouldn't be talking to you about this.
Yeah, it's not strange. You remember the important things.
I should be able to remember her face. It's frustrating. I feel like I'm losing her. It must look really strange for me to be obsessing like this still. You must think I'm incredibly stupid.
Well, I think shouldn't matter.
Maybe. It can't be worse than what I tell myself sometimes. The only thing that's kept me going since she died has been the need to find Saul and kill him. It's better to think about that than anything else. If I can do that, then maybe I can let her go. Let it all go. If we encounter Saul, if we ever have the chance, promise me that I'll be the one to kill him. I have to settle this. I need to.
Okay, I'll promise him that.
I guess there's really nothing else to say. Yes, what's... I'm not really sure, but you can...
Rude.
How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar.
My progress?
I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable. But I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
How can you know it's so terrible?
You don't need to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
Have you seen the light side as innocent
One who
killing?
serves the light does not strike down an innocent. We take arms against the dark side and the injustice that follows it only. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must. How can I help? Can I...
Let's see if anyone else has any plot they want to talk about. Ah, no, I'm stuck. Oh no. There we go. Do you finally have a plot? Okay, made it.
How may I... What is it?
Got something.
Why did you say to come with
You
me?
got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The Closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Ulleran mating season. Ugh, frightful. Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, seriously, tell
I'm
me.
old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Did you know that person endlessly too?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? Like impatient little children. With blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vix was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
And you traveled with this man?
I did. Just because someone has the force swirling about them doesn't always mean they have a great destiny. But it doesn't hurt to check it out. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall. I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh, yes.
I didn't really feel like I was that overconfident, but
I was
fair
pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
So why didn't you leave?
Well, he had a much better food dispenser than you do. That and the fact that even I wasn't an altogether impatient twit. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed too, or this could have just been gurgling noises. No, well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing. Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
How can you sure Andor was
Are you
responsible?
kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
What a weird character. I've forgotten how strange he was.
Well, unless you're one of the local species and end up being slaughtered or enslaved, Tatooine's a nice enough desert. And that's about all I got. Oh.
Why is he still here? That's strange.
Something you want? I repaired the sand. I guess they have been happening a lot less frequently. I hope Zerka paid.
Greetings again from the office. Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll. Oh, you mean that Twi'lek? Must have slipped my mind for a second. Yes, of course I remember Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it.
So you fired him?
We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him.
You mean he's dead?
He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances.
Did the Sand People kill
We
Griff or
didn't
not?
find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job. As I said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Zerka Corporation. I suppose you could apply for special dispensation from the Zerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please. Farewell.
Hey there. What? Talk. What is there to talk about? Those Sand People took my brother prisoner. Griff may be a slime, but we have to... I knew I could count on you. Hey there. Oh.
Well, I guess we're going back to the Sand People place.
Good hunting.
Well, here we are. I'm back in this ridiculous desert. All of these guys are just still here. Go home.
Thanks for your help. Did the company send you? Well, you've got to... They've taken... You'll have... Yes,
No. It said use improvement run so ridiculously. I hope Griffith is actually in this place, because see if he's not, like, I am not going to be amused that I ran all the way back through this desert to get here. Okay, well there's like some people here, so... Okay, yeah, there is that.
You there. I'm a high-ranking executive at the Zerka Corporation. And there's a big
lies.
reward if you take me back to Anchorhead.
Griff, don't you recognize me? It's Mission.
Mission? Is it really you? I heard Taurus was destroyed. I thought you were dead. Oh, joy of joys, my little sister is alive.
I have to ask you something, Griff. It's important. I ran into Lena. She said it was your idea to leave me on Terrace. It isn't true, is it?
Well, there's the truth and then there's the truth, you know? I always meant to go back to Taurus's just as soon as I had the credits to pay off my debts. But credits have been hard to come by.
You mean it's true? It was your idea to leave me there? I'm your sister. How could you abandon me like that?
Come on, sis. You didn't need me to look after you anymore. You may have been young, but you knew how to take care of yourself. Besides, you're here now. I mean, everything worked out fine.
That's it? That's all you have to say to me after all these years, after deserting me on Terrace?
Well, that and, could you please get me out of here? You got a tough-looking friend there.
Run to Anchorhead.
Yeah, you can find your way from there, right? Can you manage that? What? Is there something else?
Well, I wanted to thank you, and, you look like you're doing well. Financially, I mean. Say, could you spare me a few credits to get back on my feet?
You're hitting me up for credits. I don't believe this. Lena was right about you, Griff. We should have just left you to the Sand People. Don't talk to me anymore. Ever.
That didn't go well. Sis was always a little too fiery for her own good. She'll cool down in time.
Now what?
You may have saved my life, but I don't have a single credit to my name. Say, you wouldn't be able to spare me some credits, just till I get back on my feet, you know?
Sorry, I don't have any credits to spare.
I guess you've been talking to Lena too. That's okay. I'll figure out a way to get by without your credits. I always do. Besides, I've already got a job lined up for me. Krita, the manager over at the Zerka supply shop, said I could come work for him if I ever get tired of the mines. Yeah, I think I'll go take him up on his offer. You know, maybe there's something else you can help me with. I need to talk to a guy first and set up the details, but if you're interested in a job, come see me in Krita's shop. Goodbye, Mission. I'm glad you're not dead.
Well, I guess now we just begin the long walk home. Oh, a mine. I don't need any more mines. I'm all mined out. Oh, it doesn't let us wear it. We just go back into our normal outfits. Boo. What does the Mandalorian armor look like on him? very blue. Actually, it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see, so resist electrical, max city bonus +0. Oh, how about that, yeah? Yes. I could probably sell some of these. I don't need that one. Don't need. Oh, does he only have like? Oh, you can use them as a weapon. Huh. Oh, well, no, thanks for... I've just noticed your chat there. Thanks for watching for a while. Have you been playing more Final Fantasy, I take it?
Greetings again from the offices of Of course. Fair.
Ah, just the person I was hoping to see.
Save it.
Whee!
I'm not talking to you. I want no part of whatever you're involved in.
Okay, sis, I see you're still mad. Fair enough. I don't think you could help me with this anyway. It's more of a job for your friend here. As you may know, tack glands can be refined to a very potent powder. It's the primary ingredient in Teresian ale. That's what makes it so strong. Of course, now that Taris is pretty much wiped from the face of the map, Teresian ale has become somewhat scarce and very, very valuable. Luckily, I know the secret recipe.
So you want to open a bar?
I know this guy. He's with the Exchange. Now, if I give him a small sample of Torresian ale, he says he can synthesize it and reproduce it in mass quantities. Problem is, I need one of those tack glands to make the first batch, and now that Taurus is a smoking ruin, the only place to find tack is on Kashyyyk.
Why are these two planets so related that
I'll make it
Tack
worth your while.
Griff, are you blind? Can't you see you're talking to a Jedi? We're out here trying to save the galaxy. We can't waste time on this.
Please, you have to help me. I promised this guy from the Exchange a sample of Torresian ale. If I don't come through for him, he's gonna break my legs. Or worse.
That's what you get for dealing with the Exchange.
Listen, I'm your brother. I'm family. You can't turn your back on me.
Forget it, Griff. I'm not falling for that line again. You'll have to find your own way out of this mess.
You bring me a single tack gland, and you not only save my life, but you get a piece of this great business opportunity. I mean, you can't pass this up. Think about it, and you'll see I'm right.
Okay, well, I already had tack glands
You're
on
back. I knew you'd come through for me.
I'm not giving you a grant until I see some
Sorry,
credits.
like I said before, I don't have any credits on me. And Greta won't lend me any. It's like he doesn't trust me to pay him back or something. But you come through on this, and I promise you'll get a huge payday down the road. 3,000 credits. How's that sound? Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Torresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Griff, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's all I ask.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that. I've turned over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Torresian ale, good things will be heading my way. Then I'll make it up to your Mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Torresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of, at least 20 times your investment.
You already promised me a few thousand credits.
Hey, don't worry. You'll get your credits as soon as we start mass producing that Torresian ale. I just wanted to know if you were interested in an even bigger payoff.
More than enough for you already.
You don't know much about business, do you? When an opportunity like this comes along, you have to jump at it. Come on, what do you say?
Ask me again, that tag line will be the only freshly harvested organ around here.
No need to get violent, I can take a hint. I was just trying to do you a favor, but I see you're not interested. It's your loss. I better get started brewing that ale. Meet me back here later, and I'll give you a down payment on what I owe you.
What a jerk. I don't like him. At all.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I appreciate everything you've done for Griff. You know that, right? I guess we'll find out when he meets up with us at the Zerka Corp shop. If he's got those credits he promised you, then... I don't like the sound of this.
That cheapskate owes me credits.
Damn it, Griff. Won't you ever learn? How can my own flesh and blood be so stupid?
And it was me that Jai just gave me the journal. That seems like it should do,
Hey
but
there.
it does not.
What can I want to thank you for helping me with Griff. You did everything you could for my brother. More than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Griff's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
Griff's a slim
Don't
old
worry.
mission.
I see all Griff's faults plainly now. None of us is perfect, but I realize he's a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore.
It's a very mature attitude mission.
I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not going to dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So, is there anything else you need? Okay, have it your way.
Well, I guess I've finished missions side quest, and you get nothing for doing it. Nothing.
Yeah, what do you... You're...
How may I be?
No, I don't think anyone has anything to say to me. This room feels so empty. Like, no one waits in there.
Hey there. What? I've made my peace, so... Okay. Hey there. What?
Ah, boo. I mean, it is a little addicting, but it's like one of the worst minigames. Like, you make a Bazak deck and you only get 4 cards out of your deck. Why? Oh no. What a terrible game. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, Julie. Maybe he'll have more he wants to say to me.
Got something on your mind, dude?
You never actually told me why you came with me.
Oh, I never did I? Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you can make it around this part of the galaxy without me? But don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know. How many kilometer-high trees can you find that interesting before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You could do that on your own.
So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
No, tell me more of what you see.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That can't be all bad.
Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
So you're along as some kind of observer.
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo! Got something? Oh.
Alright, it's still incomplete. I was like, why is that coming up? Basil's going about that. He wants to kill Soul. Johnny's crying. Candace goes to the war. I can't repair HK 47 because my repair is far too low and you need a repair of 17. I guess I could kill the Gizka, but like I don't want to. They can hang around for a bit.
How can I help? Why? I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others, especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris prove that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission, and there is little left to chance when the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you?
It just seems odd they would send me off without a master to guide me.
I admit, there were times that I wondered if this is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities. I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest. I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were. As the Council explained, sending a Master in our group would only have drawn unwanted attention from the Sith. The fate of the galaxy.
I mean, but if Padawans are meant to travel with masters, surely us not having a master is more suspicious.
And chose the only option available.
I'm still not
You
convinced.
must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when it's appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient.
You're right. I suppose we should get back to the mission.
Come on, come. Let's move on. There's much to be done. How can I help? Then I...
Yes, what? You mean if I kill him? Well, I never thought about it. I suppose I always assumed that I would be dead once Saul was. Understand that whenever I envisioned taking on Saul in the past, it was always as the captain of my own ship, or alone. In those cases, I would risk everything.
That's so
I'm not in the
rude.
same
I'm the
situation
captain
now.
of this
I
ship and
wouldn't
I'm
risk
risking it
hurting
all
you
for
or the
my
others.
personal revenge.
You don't think I would throw away everything we're doing here, do you? I would like to think that I wouldn't put you in danger, that I wouldn't forget that there's more behind Saul that needs to be stopped. If I saw Saul, however, if I had the chance, I don't know what I'd do. I really don't. I mean, his death has been my entire focus for so long.
Well, you have to find something else to focus
Well,
on.
that's easier said than done, but I know you mean well. I promise you I'll see this through, no matter what. As for what comes afterward, well, let's wait until I know that I'm around to see it. Yes, what's... You get...
Well, I think I'm going to leave the stream off here today. We've done like one planet and one person's personal quest. Let's have a quick look at the other planets that are left in it. There's Korriban, Manan. Oh yeah, that's like the water world. And Yavin. So there's 3 planets left. And then we're at the end. So we're getting through it quite quickly, I feel. Like a planet a stream. It's not too bad. But I am a little tired and a little hungry. So I am going to save it there and leave off the stream. Thanks everyone who came along. It was a bit more of a quiet one today than other ones, but sometimes chilled out, relaxed streams are fine as well. Bye.